Welcome to One Punch Man, Chapter 197. The redraw of another redraw, because this is the third iteration, I believe, of this chapter. Last, we left off, if I recall correctly. Hi, Tatsumaki. We got the story that was regarding the ninja village, like origins and just how they met, like the training they went through with improved panels. With this one from the webcomic, apparently. Where did that one go? Where he killed them all? Yeah, this one from the webcomic, apparently. Oh, I did the wrong... I should be doing this one. This one's for One Punch Man. With this really, really cool panel, actually. And that was the newest version. And then the last thing that happened was they were all in Saitama's apartment. And he's like, there's some broccoli and carrots left in the fridge. And we were like, oh shit, there is? And other than that, in terms of the retcon chapters, seems to be where it's deviating now, because in the other versions of 197, the original and the other, was when they both fought, Flashy Flash and Sonic, they were just fighting in the original, talking more about not even the village. The other ninjas showed up. And then in the redraw of that, they were actually fighting Void. Funny enough. They're fighting Void himself. With this panel, I forgot about this. But we've seen that before. But yeah, that's what they're talking about. Then they speak about the village a little bit. And then... yeah, we get the note saying like, hey... because this happened in current time, right? No, that was what happened in the... oh, that's what happened like right as Garo was losing. He fought him like this. They were still at the place talking. And then they both leave to fight. That's what happened. Okay. Got it. All right. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So it's deviated very far now. I think we're now officially like the paths were like this close. Now they're like going like that, which we'll see what's up with that. And it seems that people are doom posting on One Punch Man's gonna die. Anime's coming out, delayed, hype's gone. Well, the thing is though, it's like, why would the hype be gone? The Monster Association arc is still complete, so that's gonna be really hype when that comes out. And I know redraws can be annoying, I'm sure, but, I know they can be, like, annoying, but, like, here's the thing, it's like, I can still see the chat even when the chat's not up. I just have to put it on the screen. I mean, the thing is, it's like, I just like the change. I like seeing the changes. Like if he truly wants to improve, so be it. I'm down for that. I don't really care. I'm down to just see the changes and read. And if like I don't know. I'm not annoyed by it, I guess. That's just me. I'm not really annoyed by it. I'm down for the journey, you know. So this one's called Karma, and it says on the bottom it's a revised version of chapter 197 and after. Indeed, but it's actually twice. I will say though, a redraw of a redraw is kind of insane, so I can understand the annoyance because this is the third version of chapter 197. I can see why that's annoying. But that doesn't mean the hype's gone. It's just this is a better variation. Plus, 10 years from now, when someone reads One Punch Man, they're not going to go through the redraws. They're going to go what I went through when I read the Monster Association arc, and I'm just going to read all the canon chapters, not even paying attention to the redraws. That's the thing. Look at it from a perspective when it's all done. If it ever gets done one day. People are just going to read through it like this. And that's it. That'd be sick. Yeah, you know One Sensei won't let us down. He's doing well for every manga. Murata's busy. That's why, yeah, and that's the thing too. All those chapters back then were really short because he was very busy a year ago. But now he seems to have more time and has more effort available to make these better than they were before. So I'm okay with that. I hope it gets better too. So anyway, I say we begin now. Flashy Flash is like, in short, I was on a higher level than Sonic in the village. Wink. Got it? Yeah, like a year and a half, 2 years worth of chapters for nothing. I understand that for sure. Yeah. But to be honest, these redraws have been going on for only a few chapters, and the pacing has been way faster than the originals, I think, because we're already like in another whole situation, and this is completely new. That's what people also got to realize. It's not like it's a redraw. This is a whole new scene. This has not happened before. Although it's probably going to end up in the same place, but still. Got it? I need to buy some beef and onions. Blast. Give my regards to that man. Why is he still winking? Why is he still winking? Whoever he was when he was human. Wrong way. I do appreciate a good Fubuki, though. If you'll excuse me. And then he just leaves. So you're Blast. I'm Demon Cyborg. I heard everything from Sitch. If you have any problems, feel free to talk to Saitama-sensei at any time. Although last time it was just beef with cream? Yeah, beef with cream. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Saitama, you got to get the right ingredients for the stew after all, so I agree with that, my friend. I'll think about it. Saitama doesn't give a fuck. He's thinking about what he needs to eat later. More redraws equals more chapter covers. This is true. More Fubuki and Tatsumaki. No one else. No one else. Oh, there you are, Mr. Flash. Express delivery. Ooh. Is this the letter from Void or it's probably the Sonic. It's the Sonic. This is how they're going to fight again. It seems like Flash has figured something out. Well, that's not surprising. Oh, yeah, but well, that's not surprising. I'm the one who told him about God, even though I didn't want him to get involved in the fight. And yeah, Genos and Blast had never talked before, so that's interesting that they finally interacted, actually, after all this time. Only waiting for Tatsumaki to interact with Blast. Didn't they interact before, though? Like, in the Monster Association arc? Or was that just her remembering? Yeah, that was just her remembering when she was a kid and he was there. Yeah. So they haven't, like, talked since then, I assume. I guess. But that could very much happen. He didn't want Flash to get involved. You could have simply told him that man is being manipulated by God and his actions are only its doing. It was unconscious. Oh, yeah, because she was, like, practically dying and then he came up to her. I remember that now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Telling him that would have been a better way to protect that man. But I guess now we know the context that that man at some point was pretending to be manipulated, right? Due to all those flashbacks. Dude, I can't... Shit. The knowledge that we know about Void, even though now we've gone back in time yet again, and deflect any of Flash's revenge intentions against him. Isn't that what this is all about? I just don't want to make things worse for him even if he becomes human again. Or if he ever becomes human again. Although I feel like Void would probably just scold me and say, don't try to act gullible. After all, he grew up in an organization similar to the village, where after graduation, the students scattered, killing each other in a struggle for power and control. and Void was the only survivor of that organization. A fate that ninjas are notorious for. Huh. It just adapting and being the survivor, becoming stronger because of that. And just violence in of itself, you know? Yeah, she was unconscious. At this time, the manga is following closely to the webcomic. Okay. Wonder if we'll see Blast's wife, or it'll be retconned. Was his wife not in the webcomic, I guess? Interesting. I know people tell me to read the webcomic, but I'm just going to go through this. I've already gone through the effort of reading this whole manga. I may as well just keep on the manga side. Oh, I could read the webcomic before this. Not after, though. And yeah, the shading is pretty crazy. I like that. I like that panel. Hadn't he been as great as he is, he couldn't have supported you in the battle or been a key part of the operation. Empty Void, now that he's finally revealed himself, we must take this opportunity to free him from God's hands. Well, don't you worry, because we know the context that he essentially is pretending to be controlled by God. Yeah, it's understandable that you've lost to keep up and struggling with this manga, but it is a fun ride. Agreed. I do like seeing the variation, though. As long as he's hidden, he cannot be found because of the special barrier he deploys. Even the village cannot be found because of it. If he disappears into the shadows again, we will be lost. This is our last chance. Bleep, bleep. An abandoned building? He'll show up here. That man will be here as well. Who's saying that in his ear? Sensei, where are you going? I just have something in mind. I'm going to Sonic's hideout now. Do you know where he's hiding? I received several challenge letters from him at my old house. I found one in a bunch of junk mail that was being forwarded by the association. Here's the address. Why go? Yeah, why go, actually, huh? I don't know if it's a ninja army or what, but I've seen something like this before. Dude, that guy, I remember him. He punched him so hard he got naked. His armor exploded. Guys with nothing better to do who end up getting together just to cause trouble and draw attention to themselves. Since we know that an army of ninjas will go to Sonic's house, I'm going to go there and beat up Sonic. And you know what? I love that these redraws are actually including Saitama more. I just love that, actually. Along with any other of his kind that's around. And hopefully Sonic will finally stop bothering me. God. Please. He's like, maybe this will solve the situation. Maybe he just doesn't want to be alone. Interesting. Maybe he just doesn't want to be alone. I mean, Also, there's Rover being cute as all hell. We haven't seen Black Sperm in a while. Is he still hiding out in the apartment, right? Just pretending to be, a monkey, right? Isn't that the guy that Saitama hit so hard he got a full-time job? I think so, because that guy was rebelling so hard that he didn't want to work anymore. And then he hit him so hard that his armor exploded and he was naked. And he was like, I'm sorry, you know what? I will work a full-time job. Yeah, you're right. Disappears into the shadows, higher dimension from previous draws. Also, it's still questionable if Void is still Cosmic Garo level or he's just a random monster. I feel like he would still be Cosmic level. It's just he has to turn into that, right? Which I feel like is going to happen again. I assume it would happen again. And Blast was spying on Sonic from the last chapter, so when the group told Sonic that man will be there, Blast heard through his earpiece. Ow. Sorry. Oh, I didn't catch that shit. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I gotta go now. Yes, Sensei. And here we go, back. Now they're gonna fight, just like twice before. A challenge letter. And you can tell that the panels are just so much more improved. Like, look at that forest on the top here. It's just a beautiful drawing of it. What's this all about now? And just it's just all so improved, honestly. Even the angles of everything. Like, Murata just wanted to improve. I can understand the wanting to improve aspect. When you're not satisfied with something, improve it again. I mean, from an artist's perspective, I can see that. From a reader's perspective, that can be annoying because they're reading the same thing again. But from a artist's perspective, he just wants to redo it to make it better than before. You know? And they are fighting in a forest instead of the scrapyard from before. Yeah, it was a scrapyard. Yeah, it's different now. I simply forgot about you until I saw you yesterday. Come to think of it, we haven't settled things yet. Like, I like this panel on the bottom. It's a nice angle. That's cool. That's awesome. Oh, this one. Things are different now than when we were training. So, face me, Flash. I, too, wanted to clarify the difference in status between us, just on a whim. I don't mind at all, but... Are you sure? Do you really want to waste the life you almost lost back then? Huh, don't be ridiculous. And as he jumps, you see after images of his feet. And that's it, the end of the chapter. The fight begins once more. And the first iteration of their battle, when it happened, didn't it get interrupted, if I recall correctly? Because they battle the first time, then all the ninjas show up. And then originally the ninja, like, they go, like, they kill the ninja, and then they go, and then Void comes. He comes. Yeah, I know. And that's what happens in that one. And then in the other version, what happens in that one? I cannot remember. In that version, they weren't, like, sacrificed like this. Oh, hello, Captain Mitsuki, right? In the other version, oh yeah, Sonic was touched by God because he did actually appear anyway. But when that happened, whoa, okay, panel. Blast appeared. How did Void? Oh yeah, in the new redraw, Void had already appeared on the building. And then they go to fight later because he doesn't tell Blast, but Blast knows anyway. And as they're fighting, Void just appears without the sacrifices happening. And then Blast appears anyway. So that's what happens in the new redraw. And now we're back into this one where now they're fighting. But Void didn't attack. So is the sacrifice thing going to happen again then? Where they were fighting, they get interrupted by the ninja, and then they get sacrificed? Perhaps? I don't know. The webcomic is like One Punch Man community's holy Bible. It seems like it, honestly. Honestly, it is the source. So, yeah. Way back, Murata Sensei said he'd never be affected by others and won't give in and change things if he doesn't like it. He said he'll draw because he loves it, otherwise he'll give it up. And that's exactly why I love him. Just, if he is not satisfied with something, as a, like, I'm not like that good of an artist, but like as an artist, I'm usually a perfectionist. So if I draw something, I'm gonna be like, well, what if I make that better? So he's just making it better. I love his mindset. Don't be affected by others. Just do what you want. And I fucking love that for him. It can be understandable to be annoyed by the redraws, though. But look at it from Murata's perspective. He just wants it to be better. That's all. And it is better. When you read One Punch Man later, one day, 10 years from now, and you're like, man, I want to read One Punch Man again. I just want to reread through it. You're going to read through this and not the original ones. You're going to read through this redraw and be like, wow, that was awesome. Exactly. The payoff is when it's basically all done. Now, if another redraw happens, okay, maybe that's a different situation. If like a fourth iteration of chapter 194 comes out, I'm gonna be like, okay, hold on. I do, yeah. I like how, yeah, he's very ripped. He's very muscular. In the previous chapters or versions of the chapters, he was very like, well, Murata just didn't have time to like draw him detailed, so he was just very like twinky. But now he's muscular. I like it. You know what they say? It's March 3rd somewhere. What? Is that when the next chapter comes out? I hope so. Well, I'm gonna be done. I gotta go to the restroom now. Suddenly, my body is like, "Hey, you gotta go to the restroom." So I'll be going. But after this, I'll read Berserk, and then after that, I'll read 20th Century Boys, and then Goodnight Pun Pun. All of it will be read today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this one live. See y'all for the next one whenever that comes out. Yeah, appreciate it. I like seeing the changes. Overall, a good improvement. And if we get a trailer for One Punch Man Season 3, I'll definitely get to watching that. And try to get back into the anime grind, basically. One day, great estate of a developer, too. Yeah, one day. Probably when I finish the other two that I just started, so. Because Pun Pun and 20th Century Boys are done. They're manga that have been completed. So I can read those and complete them and then start more later. So, but yes, thank you. And have a good one. Berserk will be next in like maybe 15 or so minutes. So, farewell. Oh, yeah. Ooh, Bug Ego tomorrow? Bug Ego tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.